Hi, I'm here with Arbel Shemish of Fire Mountain Gems and Beads, and we have a great link that you brought to us. We're talking about traditional today, and you know, when you think of traditional things, you think of great links, but you've got a little bit of a twist to your links, don't you?
Yes. Today I'm going to show you how to make links out of metal, and if you've ever wanted to get into metalworking, but you think it maybe involves a lot of equipment you don't have,
exactly,
this is a really good way to start. So what I'm doing is this silver, sterling silver, comes in coils and gold fill as well.
Okay.
And we're going to be making links out of this. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cut it to make one round circle. Like
now, is
this.
that a special cutter that you're using for that?
This is a memory wire cutter. And what's nice about it is it cuts the ends flush here, so you don't have to file them or anything.
Oh.
You're done.
Oh,
just
that's
cut
perfect.
and you're done. It's really nice. And this is dead soft 14 gauge wire. And the reason you start with dead soft is that you're going to hammer on it, and that process is going to harden it. So you don't want to start out with hard wire.
Because then it'll get super hard.
You're going to be pounding even more. So, and then what I have here is a steel block, and what is nice about this is that you don't even need a sturdy table to work on. Really what you need is just a steady surface. So what I use is the floor of my house. I figure that's pretty sturdy. That's right. And even you can hammer on a carpet, just put down a piece of cardboard to protect it, but it works really well. So the first thing that we're going to do is, I've already hammered this flat, and you're going to use this part of the hammer to achieve that and just really pound on it. This is a great project to just get it all out.
That's right, when you have a lot of stress that day.
Exactly, you warm up, you get it all out. So you hammer it flat, and don't be afraid to bang on it, but one tip I'd like to show you is keep a pair of pliers on the end here, and that achieves two things. First of all, it keeps your fingers out of the way, and let me tell you, you don't want to hammer your fingers. The second thing is it keeps these ends rounded, and you're going to see the reason for that in a minute.
And I noticed that it got wider, too.
Exactly. And now what you're going to do is to create the more rounded shape where this is closed. What you're going to do is you're going to turn your hammer over, and you're going to texture. You're going to give it kind of a faceted look by hammering with this end. And the nice thing is while you're hammering, you put tension on the arms, and it closes the loops.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I love textured metal.
You know, I don't want to hammer it on it too much, but it really does the job. It really closes the loop up.
Okay.
Yes. And what I wanted to show you here is you can make a round loop, or you can bend it into kind of a little amoeba shape here. And you'll see how that is in the necklace later.
Okay.
So then you've got this round shape here, and what we're going to do is close it. But we're not going to do that with soldering. We're going to take this bead and simply add it to the end here. And you see this here is closed a little bit more. And so when you put both ends in, it creates a tension in the bead.
Oh, that's perfect.
Slides right on and creates a complete link.
Oh, look at that. And it's pretty, too. It adds a decorative look to it as well.
It has a couple of functions. And now if you want it to be a little shinier, you can just polish it up with some steel wool. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that you've made your metal links in gold and silver, you know, gold fill actually, and silver, what you want to do is make the pearl links that attach together.
Okay.
So you're going to start out by cutting some beading wire 5 inches long, and you're going to string pearls 2.5 inches.
Any particular gauge that you're using for this?
This is 0.019.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a sturdy gauge, but it'll still go through those pearls because, you know, pearls sometimes have small holes. So I say 2.5 inches of pearls because the pearl size is going to vary. So, and then you put a crimp bead on the end, a little Hill Tribe silver bead here, and this is an affirmation ring. They say things like strength or spirit on them. Yes. So you're going to make two like this. One is going to have the affirmation ring, and one's not. Then we're going to string one of the wires through the crimp bead from this side, like so, creating this here. And you're going to have something that looks like this. So now you tighten this up and come up with chain nose pliers and just crimp the middle.
Okay.
And you see, this really firms it up.
Right.
Closes the loop. Okay? So now you have this, and what you want to do is take your next one and hook it into the affirmation ring on the other side and do the same process that you did here.
Right.
And you have this link here.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, so now what you do is you come in with your metal rings and you will add the metal ring into the pearl like this.
Oh, so it's
Like
just
this?
kind of intertwined in between.
Yeah, and close it off like so.
Look at
And
that.
it's starting to come together.
Oh, that's wonderful. And the great thing about it is, like you said, you can add so many different elements that you want to in there, and you can just keep growing and growing, whether you want to wear a bracelet or anything else. And you've actually brought something along with you to show what you created with this great link. Look
Yes.
at that.
Here I really went wild. I just kept going. I just
Yes.
kept linking and linking together and adding more and more rings.
Yes, I love that look, and that's exactly what we're talking about, the fact that you can just be creative. And here's some other examples as well of using, this one has gold as opposed to the
This
silver.
one has gold fill and sterling silver and the gold pearls, like you said. And this was the kind of amoeba shape that we made in the beginning.
Right,
So
right.
if you're not quite a round person, you want to do something a little more, you
Off
know.
kilter. A little
Exactly,
more fun.
then you go for that shape.
And then you have the one using just the affirmation rings and the pearls.
Right, this one is really a quick project. You just take your affirmation rings and just hook them together with the pearl rings.
And then, of course, the one in the front, you have the one using the different color stones that we talked about as well.
Yes, because you might decide you really want some more color, and so gemstones are plentiful, and you can just pick
Absolutely.
and choose.
And the one next to it. And you know what's great too is on the other side of me, we talked about links, and you have just an example of great links that are already made in chains that you can just add some different elements onto. Thank you so much, Arvel. It was great working with you again.
Good, thank you, Katina.